Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of this network and channel, and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you episode 130, and the title of episode 130 is How the Narcissist Mind Works, a few perspectives. So, what we're going to be talking about here is just essentially how the narcissist mind actually functions. Now, I've gone into these particular points on and in many other episodes on the N.A.R.C.N network, and if you guys have seen any of those other episodes, I am going to be repeating myself a little bit here, and I'm sorry for that, but for those people who have never seen any of those videos before, we're just going to go into some of the topics of this and what these things actually are. So, when we're dealing with a narcissist, either a narcissist we've dealt with personally ourselves, a narcissist that's out there in our workplace, just any narcissist in general, how does the narcissist mind work? Well, it works off of predominantly the need for self-preservation. Narcissists, because of the way they have grown up and what they've been influenced by, what they've been exposed to in their formative years, and all the other influences that they may have, including what may be considered to be genetic influence as well too, because we now know that NPD and narcissism can actually be passed down generationally in our gene pool as well. So, when we talk about all these things and what forms a narcissist, the narcissist is living a lot of the time in just a state of chaos. Depending on what's happened to them in their formative years, depending on what they've been exposed to, they may have been abused, neglected, whatever, that narcissist can be living often in a state of fear. They may fear abuse of someone else, again, in their adulthood, that because they in turn dealt with abuse from somebody else when they were young. It could have been physical abuse, it could have been sexual abuse, it could have been neglect of some nature. Something caused them to be fearful, and they now live in that fear in their adulthood, and they therefore also propagate that fear condition that they live in a way that affects outside individuals. So, what this does to them is this causes them to really have to camouflage themselves. They have to camouflage who they really are. They have to present themselves as normal people with good intentions and things of this nature, but this is commonly, most of the time, not really what is going on in the narcissist mind. The narcissist is, because their brains require certain chemicals to feel normal due to the influence that they've had when they were younger and the chaos state that their mind now currently exists in, they need fuel. They need to have attention paid to them. They need to be interacting with individuals. Most of the time it's usually multiple individuals. It can be multiple individuals in a romantic situation as well too. It can be multiple individuals just as friends and family. They need multiple attention input from many, many different individuals, usually at the same time, because this is what they require to quiet the things in their mind and to quiet the chaos that they now live with. Again, on my channel, I've got some other videos on the particular specifics of this. What I'll do is I'll try to attach them inside this video so you can understand what's going on within the narcissist mind and how the narcissist mind works as well too. But in this video, we're just going to be talking about the basic ideas that affect the narcissist and cause them to be the way they are. So again, the narcissist mind is kind of a chaotic place to be. It's messed up at times, and they don't act normal. They don't act outwards in a normal way. They sometimes abuse people around them, or just don't deal with those individuals very well. They suffer from problems interrelating in relationships. They suffer from problems with intimacy in relationships. They don't know how to interact with other people properly. They don't know how to be intimate in a normal way as like other people do within the confines of their relationships. And that's why about 90% of narcissistic relationships between couples completely fail in some way within the first few years. And this again is all part of the narcissist mind. So what they are doing when you present yourself to a narcissist and how they present themselves to you is that they are often portraying a false image of themselves. They will try to come off as in a way as being very kind, and try to fashion themselves in your image. We've talked about this in other videos, and how they mirror you and try to become like you and present that as an image to you, so you become locked into their attention matrix and locked into their fuel source. And they do things of this nature. They essentially hide who they really are, and they hide all the chaos they have inside, so you don't see it initially. But as we know, as we're dealing with narcissists, and as we go along with one, for anybody out there who's had a narcissistic event, we slowly see that chaos and that whole mess that the narcissist actually is. Sometimes it takes a long time to see this. Narcissists can keep the act up for a very long time, but we have studied in other N.A.R.C.N episodes that I've done also too, that there is a saccadic flow to the narcissist, and there is patterns, or there are patterns that you can follow that fluctuate up and down with a narcissist and give us indicators of what we may be dealing with. And those patterns can change from time to time depending on the narcissist you're dealing with. Some narcissists have very fluctuating patterns that are on an on-off 3-month cycle, you know, up for 3 months, down for 3 months, up for 3 months, down for 3 months, and things of this particular nature. Other narcissists take more extended periods of time to display the things that they put forth to their victims. It all depends on the narcissist and how they function with you and everything else that's going on in the confines of there. But again, when we're looking at how the narcissist mind works, you're dealing with a mind that is full of chaos. You're dealing with a mind that is full of mistrust for others, because those narcissists have commonly sometimes been abused or neglected in some particular ways. They have trust issues. They have all kinds of issues within the confines of their psyche that affect them and cause them to not be able to deal with other people in a very upfront and normal way. So when we're talking about how the narcissist mind functions here, largely the narcissist mind is a mess. And that is just the truth of the matter. The narcissist mind is all over the place and trying to deal with you, trying to deal with other appliances that they're currently dealing with or grooming. And there's just no real stability within the psyche of a narcissist most of the time. They probably do have elements from time to time where they display perhaps a little bit of even-tempered behavior. Sometimes that behavior is just of a cognitive nature because they have to put it forth to you in order to display the false self that they present to you. Sometimes it's because they are truly not going through any chaos in their lives at that moment. But as a whole, the way the narcissist mind works is it's a whole ball of buzzing bees and chaos all the time. And this is why the narcissist is so difficult to deal with for any of us who have dealt with one. Because often the things that they do make no sense. The things that they present to us when we are intertwined with them in a relationship often don't make any sense. The narcissist, you know, as we've talked about before, presents gaslighting and things of this nature. You can look up gaslighting on the channel and find some info on what that is particularly about. They present this type of behavior to us, which confuses us and makes us think we're crazy, and because they themselves are kind of like in a crazy state as things go. And this just messes with the minds of normal people who don't have any of these narcissistic issues, and just creates complete and utter discord and chaos when we're dealing with a narcissist on any level. But this is basically how the narcissist mind works. They're all over the place. They're not even sure if they're coming or going half the time when it comes to stuff that we're dealing with them. And this in turn causes a lot of imbalance with us. And this is what you can expect from the narcissist mind when you're dealing with a narcissist. They are just all over the place. They'll tell you they'll tell you that you did something one particular day. They'll tell you the next day you never did that. They'll say you did this to them or whatever like this. You've never done that thing to them. They'll just present you with a bunch of crazy making stuff in the head, and that this is part of the way that their mind particularly works. So this is what I just wanted to talk about here quickly, about how the narcissist mind actually functions in the confines of that. As I said, there's plenty of more information on the N.A.R.C.N network if you want to look up gaslighting, or you want to look up, you know, the crazy making that the narcissist does. There's plenty of videos on my network about how the narcissist mind functions in more scientific detail. But this is just what I wanted to convey to you guys today. So I'm going to say to you guys, I hope you guys stay tuned for some new upcoming content. I got lots of stuff coming up on the N.A.R.C.N network, including a short series I did in episode 119 coming up, where I explain the difference between bipolar disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and narcissistic personality disorder. So this will be a 2- or 3-part series that I have coming up that explains a lot of the science of those disorders and how they are interrelated. That may be something you want to watch coming up here. As well, I'm going to have some other new episodes coming up of interest to you people out there, hopefully. So I'm just going to say stay tuned. You know, I'm going to have new content coming up on both the Unmasking the Narcissist channel and on the N.A.R.C.N network. And I just want to say I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you really soon in some upcoming videos.